Yeah, let me switch to line. And the first thing I saw this level. Price has been trying to break this level and it hasn't yet been broken. So this is the first level I saw. I also identified this level. Yeah, in which price I've tested in the past 4 times. So this is another strong level from the weekly perspective. Yeah, we can see price actually respecting these two levels, and now price have broken out of this zone, so we should be expecting a retest. I'm expecting a retest of this same zone, expecting a retest, then continue move to the downside. So basically I'm expecting price to come back to this zone. Yeah, expecting price to come back to this zone. And also another important thing I saw from the weekly time frame, I saw this the previous week closed as a bullish candlestick and left half of the week empty. So, and whenever I see this, I expect the next candlestick to fill this week. So I'm expecting price to move at least to fill the week up to this point. So I'm taking this point as my first take profit. Then you can take this other point as the second take profit. And that's what I saw on the weekly. Then going down, I think I'm on the monthly. Talking about the monthly, and that's actually the same thing on the weekly. So going down to the daily, going down to the daily time frame, this is what I saw. Let me move to line chart. I identified these 3 points. As you can see, price has respected this trend line 3 times in history. Price has bounced off this trend line 3 times. And also I saw this other trend, this counter trend coming this way. Yeah. Yeah, so this trend line, this upper one, actually has been broken before and retested. So price price is seen to continue to move up after breaking this trend line. And also from the daily perspective, I can see an impulsive move, a corrective one, and another impulsive move, then a correction. So this is a zone right here, because price actually broke here and is retesting. This is another zone right here that have been tested only once. So price could possibly come back there in the future. And we can also call this a zone. This one. So like I said in the group, I'm actually expecting price to move from this point at least to this 0.70477 level, which is our first take profit. So going down on the 4 hours time frame, let's see what we have there. Yeah, on the 4 hours time frame, I saw this. I saw market created two higher highs to give us this trend line, and also this. So we've seen that price has been actually respecting this channel and moving up to this zone. So as long as you see price respecting this channel, we'll continue to be taking buys. So specifically, I'm gonna be taking my buys from this level upwards. The first reason is because of this trend line we have here, and the second reason is this zone that have been broken and retested. So I'm taking my buys from this level, my first take profit here and my second take profit there. So but then when I checked the 1 hour time frame, I saw that market is still bearish on the 1 hour time frame, because as you can see, market has been creating. This is what market have been. No, I didn't get this right. This is what market has been doing. So until I see market break back into this zone, break above, retest, then we can safely take buys and take buys from this level with our stop loss directly below and take profit here. Yes, this is the move I'm actually expecting from tomorrow. But personally, I'm gonna be taking buys at markets open. Yeah, because I'm an impulsive trader. But what I advise is I will advise all of us to wait on the 1 hour time frame until we see price actually break back into this zone. Until we see price break back into the zone, break above it and retest. This is what I will advise. We wait to see this structure before we take buys from this level here. So I think that's all for this pair, CAD, CHF. I'll be going bullish. I'll be bullish on this pair at market open with my first take profit here. So if you have any question on this pair, quickly type on the chat box so I can attend to those questions before I move to the next pair. Yeah, you can type any question you have on the chat box. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the questions, I will treat the next pair. That's CAD JPY. Okay, there's a question here. Why did you consider the weak rejection from the monthly time frame? Okay, actually I did that from the weekly. Yeah, from the weekly. Well, even though what I saw on the weekly is the same thing I saw on the monthly. So but you asked why I considered the weak rejection. Sometimes we don't see this particular candlestick here. This pattern, this candlestick pattern that just formed last week, sometimes is not always a rejection candlestick, and especially when it closes when it closes 50%. Yeah, when it closes 50%. Okay, what I'm trying to say is this candlestick here, why I didn't look at it as a price rejection is because it closed approximately 50%. Yes. And I think I'm trying to remember is I think is when price closes 70%, like when price leaves 70% of the week open, that's when I consider it a rejection. And basically this is what I mean. If this candlestick actually gave me this, if this candlestick actually gave me this, yeah, I'll be looking at this more as a rejection than when I see 50% close. Yeah, this personally, this is my own approach to this candlestick. I don't always see it as a rejection candlestick. So, but some people can say otherwise. But yeah, this is what I know about this candlestick. So I think I answered that question. So if you have more questions, you can still drop on the chat box while we move over to the next pair. CAD JPY. Yeah, this CAD JPY. And as usual, I'm gonna start from the daily time frame. That we'll see what opportunities we have from the daily time frame. So let me switch the chart to line chart so we'll see what we have there. Okay, this is what I saw. I saw this level here. These are the highest levels price have touched in previous in the past. So I'm gonna be using these two levels basically to form this trend. Let me clear this. I'm gonna be drawing my trend line here because these are the two highest points price has reached in the past. And also, I saw this. This is another counter trend line. Yeah, this is this is how price have respected these two trend line. Yeah, but actually I saw this. I saw price break through this and actually tried to retest, but I'm seeing a failed retest because price is still bearish. But then let's see what we have on other time frames. If we see confirmations on other time frames, then we can take. This is the 4 hours. This is the 4 hours chart. So you can see this level right there. This level that have been respected in the past. Because I saw this level. Yeah, so this is what I have on my 4 hours chart. I saw price break through this zone and the retest. So possibly price could be moving up, but we'll get confirmations from the 1 hour time frame. And also a measure of this move, this impulse and retracement move, we'll be using Fibonacci. Yeah, let's check with Fib. Let's see. So using my Fib, this is a 50% level. Yeah, at exactly this zone. So this horizontal line at this level corresponds with the 50% fib level. So actually, if we see confirmations in this zone, we can take buys. But we are not seeing that confirmation from, because when I opened the 1 hour time frame, this is what I saw. Market just broke the zone to the downside and retested. So possibly we could be seeing downward, we could be seeing some downward movement because price broke, price broke and retested. So it's very, very possible to see some downward movement. But if in any case price breaks back above and retest, then I should be taking buys. So until we see price get back into this zone, break above it and retest, then the structure is invalid. Yes, so it is only when you see price break back above and retest, that's when we'll be taking buys on this pair. I think if you have questions, you can still ask. Why aren't you starting from the monthly time frame just as you did with the CAD chef? Okay, actually with the CAD chef, I didn't intend to start from the monthly. It was a mistake. But along the line, I saw that the monthly time frame corresponded with the weekly. That's why I continued. But normally, I don't consider the monthly time frame. I take my analysis from the weekly. Yeah, and sometimes I take from the daily too. So more questions can be dropped on the chat box while we look at the next pair, the GPB card. That's the next pair I shared on the group. Yeah, this is the GPB CAD. Yeah, this is another pair that I saw a very nice trading opportunity. If if the setup I'm looking at on this pair should be completed, then I think we'll be buying with a very low risk and a very high reward. That's actually my interest on this pair. Because if by the time our setup, the expected setup on this pair comes up, the profits will be massive. Why is it opening? Yeah, okay. As usual, I'll start from the daily. Yeah. On the daily, I saw price has been respecting this. Yeah, price have actually been respecting this trend line. As you can see, price reacted here at this point, reacted at this point, reacted at this point, and possibly price could react at this point and be rejected to the downside. It's very, very possible to see that. But on the contrary, okay, I also identified this. Yeah, I identified this counter trend coming up, this very counter trend, and that was my interest on this pair. So from what we are seeing price do, price is actually respecting both trend lines, and now it has gotten to this point, the confluence point. So actually, if price should respect this channel, actually, if price should respect this channel, then we should be expecting a move to the top of this trend line before we could see a downward move. And if we see a move, if price should come to this level here, this level right here, that means it must have broken this trend line we are seeing here. And when we see a broken trend line, what do? We're waiting for a retest and then buys. So if you understand what I did here, you will see that this is a very nice opportunity. This is a very nice opportunity. If price should actually, if we see price get to the top here and retest, then we could take buys. But then let's look at the smaller time frames. Let's zoom into the 4 hours time frame. And yes, on the 4 hours time frame, we could, you can see that price has been respecting this channel. Price has been moving and respecting this channel. So if we see further movement and price touches this zone and rejects, then we can be taking buys from this level to the upside. That's the opportunity I'm seeing on GPB card. Yeah, so specifically this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, before then, this is a zone right here. I forgot to mark up my zones. This is another zone. Here, yeah, of course, this zone. So we could see price actually respecting all these zones. This is another zone, and there are more zones to the downside. But let's take these ones and let's see how price reacts to them. Yeah, you can see price actually reacting perfectly to these zones. So if I see further movement to the upside and a retest on this zone, I'll be taking buys on this pair on this level with my stop loss below the zone, and yeah, at least my take profits, yeah, my take profits should be at this level on the daily. So this is the opportunity I'll be looking for in GPB cards. So if we see the movement up to this trend line and a retest, I'll be taking buys. If you have more question on this pair, you can ask. I think I'm running out of time, so I'll be faster. Let me check the chat box. Okay, which time frame exactly do you find it more favorable, or would you advise people to draw their trend lines and zones? This question, the answer I can give to this question is whenever you open a pair, whenever I open a pair, the first thing I do is to move to the higher time frames. Yeah, and when I open the higher time frame, anything I see there, I will just draw. And when I don't see anything, I leave the pair. You get to like when I opened the daily time frame on this pair, let me remove my drawings. When I opened the daily time frame, the first thing I did was to switch to the line chart. Then you look at the line chart. Whatever you see, you just identify anything you see. If you see any zone, so my answer actually is on any time frame, anything you see, you draw. If you see a zone on the higher time frame, you draw. You see a zone on the smaller time frame, you draw. But the relationship between the higher time frame and the lower time frame is price tends to respect the higher time frame more than it respects the smaller time frame. That is why I actually start from the higher time frame. So my answer to this particular question, to Gerald, whenever you open a time frame, whatever you see, you draw. But I would advise you follow what the higher time frame says. For example, assuming that price was at this point. Let me say this. Let me say price is at this point. And at that time, you must have established this trend line, given the fact that price has reacted here and here. So at this point on the higher time frame, it is expected that price should drop. So when you go to the smaller time frame and you see structures giving you buys, you should ignore. That is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is you respect more what you see on the higher time frame. So anything you see on the higher time frame, you zoom into the smaller time frame just to take entries. Not don't go against a trend you see on the higher time frame. So I think I've answered that question to the best of my ability. I see another question. What if it comes back to the support of the channel instead of continuing to buy? Yeah, this is support right here. This is support right here. Okay, actually, my answer to this question is like I'm seeing price reacted here. Price reacted at this point and gave us a move to the downside. When price came back, gave us a move. Price came back here, gave us a move. And currently, price came back here and didn't give us a move to the downside. Instead, it broke above. So by the rule of the break and retest of a zone, once we see a retest back to this trend line, to this zone, we should go in for buys. So actually you don't tell the market what it does. There is still a possibility that the market can just give us this move. And when it does this, there is nothing you can do. That's why you should have your stop loss directly below the zone. You should have your stop loss just here. So if price does otherwise, your stop loss will be taken off, and that isn't a problem. That's not a problem at all. So I think I've answered that question. If price invalidates your structure, the only thing it does is to take away your stop loss, and that's all. Please, what's your usual entry time frame? I normally take entries from the 1 hour time frame. Yeah. So okay, that's much question I can see on the chat box. So I'm looking at the last pair, the AUDJPY. Yeah, this is the AUDJPY. Okay, and then from the I've actually, this is the pair I spoke about last week. Spoke about this pair, this zone.
Abdul Kudus, please don't let me remove you from this call because I already gave the instruction from the beginning. You are distracting us now.
Okay, let's continue. Let me draw this back again from the beginning. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, this is the first zone and it has been tested only once. Yeah, this is another zone I'm seeing. There's another zone right here. Yeah, this is very strong zone. This particular zone is very strong. I consider it as a very strong zone because price has tested this once, twice, three, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 times in history. So I should be expecting price to react now that it has come back to the zone. Yeah, okay. I also saw my I also saw this downward trend line, which price just broke out from. Price just broke out from this trend line, just like we are seeing. Price has broken out. So when we see a retest, we should be going in for buys. That's just it. So, okay, actually, this is another. So let's switch to candlestick. We can see how price has been expecting both the trend line and the zone. Yeah, so also a measure of this retracement, because we actually seeing price retracing. So our question should be, at what level would price retrace to before it continues the upward movement? And so you measure that with the fib. This is a fib right here, and you can see this is a 50% level of the fib. This 50% level. So what this means is that we should be expecting this downward movement up to this line, up to this 50% level, which also corresponds to this broken trend line. So when we see a move to this downside, we'll be looking at, we shouldn't take buys immediately from here. What we should be doing is to monitor price action here to get a confirmation to take buys. And we should be doing that from our, we should be doing that from our 1 hour time frame. Yeah, this is the 4 hours time frame, and it's saying exactly the same thing. 1 hour time frame is the daily time frame is saying. So since we are expecting a move to the downside before the continuation of the uptrend. I wouldn't be advising to take sales because already we took sales from this point. Yeah, we took sales from this point as at sometime last week. I shared an analysis and we took sales from here. So we should be looking to take buys from this level. Should be looking to take buys from this level. And we should only do that if we see confirmations. If we see confirmations, if we see any confirmation in this zone. So what we should be doing is we should monitor price action from the 1 hour time frame. This is 1 hour time frame. We should monitor price action here to see what happens in this area before we take buys. If we see confirmations here, we take buys. But if we don't, then I think the structure will be invalid. So I'll be monitoring this pair throughout the week until price gets to this level. Then I'll share an update on this pair. I'll share an update on this pair in the group. So if you have questions on this pair, you can still drop in the chat box. Okay, the GPV card, are we buying directly or waiting for the retest? On GPV card, I'm waiting for a retest. It has never been advised to buy at. Let me leave that. Let me leave that. We don't have time. But my answer is that I'll be buying at the retest. What's the best time frame to monitor these trades? I've spoken about many pairs, so I don't know which pair you are referring to, but in all my pairs, I take entries from the 1 hour time frame. So I'll be advising you monitor price action from the 1 hour time frame to take entries. So when you mean by confirmation in the particular zone, what do you mean by weak rejection and reversal patterns? Actually, the word confirmation comes with so many meanings. Yes, if you are looking for confirmations, there are many price action reversal. Yeah, there are many reversal. How do I put it? There are many ways to know if price would reverse. And I think one of the ways to know, one of the confirmations for reversal is candlestick pattern. Get a trader now would watch this chart, and when price gets to this level, some people will observe if a candlestick that intercepts this level would close above or below it. That's what some people do. That's one of the ways to look for confirmation if price closes above or below the level. And another way is, which is the one I use, I will just look at the structure, whatever structure it gives here, I will take entries. But according to what we are being taught in Master Trader Institute, which is the breakout and retest, what we should be looking for is we should be looking for price to intercept this zone, reject, then retest. This is exactly what we should be looking for according to the breakout and retest strategy that are being taught. But there are so many other strategies to get our confirmations. But let's stick to this one that we've been taught. Okay. EDJPY, not time frame. Time to look for entries. Time frame to look for entries. On all my pairs, I look for entries on the 1 hour time frame. Yes. Okay. I think I've talked about the 4 pairs which I've also shared in the group. And in addition to these 4 pairs, some other people in the group pointed out other pairs that we need to talk about. And I'm trying to, okay. Yeah, we have Euro, I'm trying to. Okay, we have Euro GPB, GPB USD. Okay, so Femo, I don't know. Femo dollars. I don't know if we have more time to talk about these other pairs that were shared in the group, or what do you suggest?
No problem. We still have like about 35 minutes.
But I'm looking at my battery, I'm seeing 18%, and
Eighteen
I don't think
percent.
I'll make it. Yeah.
Just do as much as you can do. Then let me know.
Okay. The first pair is Euro
Or if
GPB.
or if you can switch to your phone. I don't know which one will be convenient for you. If not, then we have to stop wherever you stop.
Okay. I can't use my phone. I can't share my screen with the phone. But whatever happens, let me start. The first one, Euro GPB. I'll be as fast as I can. Yeah, this Euro GPB for my daily quickly. Let me see what I have. Um, one of the advice I will normally give is when you open a chart and you don't see a clear opportunity, you just leave. You don't force the market to do what you want. Just take what the market gives you. So I'm gonna see if I was gonna look for opportunities on this pair, and when I don't see one, yeah, this. So I'm identifying trend lines that I'm seeing on the daily time frame. This is also a trend line here. Okay, coming to the zones, I see a zone here. I see another here. Yeah, I see another zone here. Okay, let me switch to candlestick. And most importantly, currently is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing price trading. Yeah, this is what price is currently doing. Price is currently this is what I'm seeing price do. So um okay, let me zoom in. You can see a small zone. First, this zone. This zone. Please, if you have any questions on any of the pairs we've talked about previously, just keep dropping the questions in the chat box. So I think this is all I see on the daily time frame. Yes. The only thing I can see on the daily time frame is price came to this zone and bounced off. Price already bounced off from this zone. It already reacted to this zone. So I think if we see a retracement, we should continue the move to the upside. Yes. So You should be measuring the retracements. Let me go to the 4 hour time frame to see what I have there. Yeah, this is price actually respecting this price have actually been respecting this channel. So let me measure this retracement quickly using my fib. This is my 50 level, 50% fib level. So if I see price come back to the 50% fib, I should be comfortable taking buys. So this is what I mean. If price should come back to this level, I should be taking buys from here up to this point. And this is the only opportunity I see in Euro GPB. So I'll be monitoring the pair until it comes back to the zone at market open. I would like to see the pair come back to this zone. Then I will switch to my 1 hour time frame. Whatever confirmation I see, whatever confirmation I see in this at this level, whatever confirmation I see here, I will take my buys. So I think that's all for Euro GPB. That's what I see there. If you see any opportunity on this pair, you can also notify us. You can also share with us. But this what I shared is what I see. Okay. Why when do you show up in markets to look for entries? Actually, that's why I don't normally look for many. I don't normally look at many pairs. Like I said in the group, for the week, I'm looking at only 4 pairs. So that way I'll be focused. That way I'll be focused on the 4 pairs. So throughout the week, I'll be checking up on the 4 pairs. Yeah, that's how I do it. I don't have too many pairs to look at, so I don't get distracted. Yeah, I think we should be done. My battery cannot let me continue the class. So thank you everybody that participated. If you have any further questions, you can also discuss it at the group and discuss any further questions at the group. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Uzoma. I want to believe everyone has gained something from today's class. This is 10 o'clock. So I want to appreciate Madam Peace for this platform to learn, share, and grow. All right. And we want to appreciate everyone on this call for your persistency in learning. I usually tell people that if you remove the L in front of learning, you will have earning. All right. But many people want to start making the money without learning the process. Even God is a God of processes. God did not make man first. He made every other thing man needed before he made man because he had to follow process. So we have followed the process to this level, and I know that as we go on during the week, we'll get better and better. All right. Keep learning, keep studying. Don't forget to always use your stop losses. There's no single person that has control over the market. Even when your analysis are tight, sometimes market can still do its thing. All right. That is why there's stop loss. Even if you bought a brand new car, you will not say because the car is brand new, you will not apply the brakes. All right. So please always learn to take precautions while you're taking your trades. So I want to once again thank our lecturer for his time, his commitment. I think we should give him a 777 for that. Let's type 777 to appreciate our lecturer for a job well done. And we also thank Madam Peace, like I said, for um, this platform. So I want to wish us all a wonderful week ahead and God bless you. By God's grace, I'll try my best to get the recordings for last week and today, get it ready. Okay. So do have a wonderful night and God bless you.